Hey guys, this is the Prince of Macedon, and I'm doing a commentary battle. And I forgot what map this was, but I'm sure you can identify it after just looking at it. Anyways, this is a Greek city-state versus Rome battle. I'm in command of the Greek city-states, and my opponent is Palamandros in command of the Julii Romans. Let's look at my army first. I have 5 Spartan units, and that's it. That's my entire army. I am not hiding anything in this battle. So here's my badass Spartans here. Just waiting for battle. For a Spartan, it was a lot more relaxed when fighting, as opposed to when they were training, so it was actually a blessing when they went into combat, because it gave them a chance to unwind. Okay, so I think this battle starts any second here, and that I'm going to show you my opponent's army. The army of Palamandros. Okay, let's look at the army really fast. On the far right, he has 1 heavy onager. He has 4 units of Legionary First Cohorts. On his far right, he has 1 unit of early Legionary First Cohorts. Just behind them are 2 units of Archer Auxilia. Then he has 4 squadrons of Equites. Then he has this last unit, which is his general unit. That is a Roman general. There's his general. I'm going to march forward here. Back in the day when Spartans marched, they actually marched to the sound of flutes. And it was quite a terrifying experience for the opposing army, because they marched with such precision that it was just intimidating. Just imagine like a giant machine of spears marching towards you, showing no fear whatsoever. It's going to form right here. The opponent's swinging around with his Equites. I'm going to realign my army here and reform him right in front of my opponent, just to show him what kind of superiority I have in this battle. Typically reforming in front of the opponent is a bad idea. He is going for a hammer and anvil blow on my left flank here. You can see all of his Equites coming into the fight, and I'm bringing in my center left Spartans right here to help out with my far left Spartans. So here's the situation. He got me in hammer and anvil, but now I've got him in a pincer. So that was a double-edged sword right there, and it swung in my favor. You can see all the dead Equites piling up in front of my Spartans. Without those Equites, these early Legionary First Cohorts and Legionary First Cohorts are going to collapse. On the far right, I'm slightly outnumbered here, but my guys have supreme quality over these guys. They are going after their heavy onagers. They're just going to charge right through them. And my guys are still out of phalanx mode right here. But against these guys, I don't really need to be in phalanx mode. It would help, but I'm not going to stress over it. So the battle on the far left is going my way too. I'm starting to surround his cohorts, and he's trying to launch rear attacks with his Equites, but I'm able to fend him off on time. That was the trait of the Spartans. They were very maneuverable in battle. It was kind of like how Alexander the Great controlled his pike troops. Like those guys, they could like fake withdrawals and swing back. Like they even won a battle against the Thracians just by a show of their military drill. So when Greeks were at the top of their game, they were really top notch. So here's some more Equites, and they will not be able to deal with my Spartans. Yeah, Equites, they're gonna have a hard time launching rear attacks against my Spartans. But even at the rear attacks, they're not gonna do so well. And here he is again doing a hammer and anvil strike here. But I had Spartans facing in every direction there. And there's my general. My general's fighting on the extreme right, which is generally where Greeks put their generals at. Now I'm going to reform my line here. I'm doing this, showing restraint here, because it was a Spartan virtue not to pursue opponents who were fleeing the battlefield, because they did consider it very noble too. And plus it showed their opponents that that Spartans, they will crush all those who stand before them. But for those who surrendered, the Spartans would spare them. So it was a show of force. Anyways, my opponent launched a rear attack on my Spartans here with his Equites. I'm sorry, that's his general. His Roman general unit. I was able to turn around and scare him off. They have fled. But my army is very much intact right now. All 5 Spartan units still there. But I was trying to defeat my opponent just with the display of my maneuvering. But as you can see, he's not surrendering. He's still shooting at me. So I'm keeping an eye out on his cavalry, who are just kind of lingering behind my lines. So I'm going to rush forward here and try to scare away his archers. And you can see his cavalry coming. And you can also hear them coming too, because they sound their trumpets when they charge. So it's a good thing to keep your volume up when you're playing this game. So that was his Equites and his Roman general. They have routed. And with those guys leaving the battlefield, my opponent's going to call it quits here. Oh, I'm sorry, his Roman general's still in it, but not for much longer. I'm going to run after him, actually. And then he surrenders. These guys are just having a good time here. That's my general. That was a clear victory. I had 604 kills with 309 men remaining, and Palamandros had 108 kills with 256 men surviving. Good game to Palamandros, and I hope you guys enjoyed this battle with my all-Spartan army.